Hi, do you have trouble keeping your focus when the conditions are really tough outside and all the other competitors are able to deal with that and it's not affecting their performance? Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn with Peak Performance Sports at peaksports.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can focus your best once you get into conditions that aren't optimal for you and may be distracting. You're watching Sessions with Doc. Here's the question that I received from Jerome. He said, I play roller hockey. When the game gets tough or the weather is extremely hot, I find myself losing focus or becoming distracted. The grittier players or mentally tough players are able to work through the conditions much better than I can. How do I keep my focus in tough conditions and be mentally tough through that? Well, Jerome, obviously, if you're focusing and bringing attention to the tough conditions, if it's extremely hot out or if it's windy out or you don't like the conditions of the surface of the field or the track or the course, that's going to be a problem because it's taking your focus away from where it needs to be, and that is executing in the game itself. One of the things that I like to do for my athletes is I start with identifying what are the most important performance cues that they need to focus on. In this case, for you, it's you play roller hockey. So you have to determine if you're on offense, you're running a play, what are the specific cues that you need to focus on, for example. And I don't know roller hockey that well, but I can talk about hockey. So let's say you're on an offensive play and you've got a 3-on-2. Well, the most important thing to focus on in that situation is creating a scoring opportunity. Then you have to decide, how are you going to create a scoring opportunity? That is, I'm either going to skate it in or I'm going to pass the open man and we're going to try for a shot on net. Those are what we call performance cues and staying in the moment. If you start focusing on the ice conditions, let's just say it's ice hockey, for example, that the ice is it's too cold on the ice, it's too warm, the ice is too soft, whatever it may be, you're taking your attention away from where it needs to be on the game instead of you're focusing more on stuff that's unrelated. One of the things that I want you to tell yourself is at the start of the game is, hey, it's hot out, the conditions are tough, but everybody has to deal with it. So the more you bring attention to it, the more you're going to focus on. So essentially what I'm asking you to do is shift your focus to something related to an objective, a small objective that you want to do in the game, such as get open to receive a pass or get open so you can make a shot on net, for example. So be really clear when you go out and play of what's important to focus on and then what's just a sideshow and what's a distraction. When you find yourself focusing on the conditions, make sure you refocus quickly back onto the game and what you're doing in that moment, whether you're on offense or defense. Thanks for the question. Hey, if you want more information about how to improve your focus, go to peaksports.com and check out the Focused Athlete CD and Workbook program. That's a program where I take you through in a workbook fashion, step by step, on how to improve your focus. And before you leave, please subscribe to my channel. The button's right here on my left, which will be on your right. And also, we've suggested another video for you to watch over here as well. You've been watching Sessions with Doc.